Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Connie and we're in the barn today. I wanted to make a really quick video of those of you who have been following me for a while, or maybe you're just interested if you've caught a couple of my videos. I wanted to give you a tour of my barn. I actually got this in September last year, so I have been in here almost a year. And so that means I've been able to work in this for about a year. And I just want to show you how I have it set up, and maybe tell you things that I would do differently in here and how things have been working out. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and stay tuned. All right, we're starting at my front door. This is what you see when you walk in the door. So I will just kind of give you a pan around. And I will take you around to all the spaces and let you know maybe what I would change, or we'll just see what happens. So we'll start over here by the door. In these containers, I just have some extra things that are odds and ends, and I have some plastic bags and garbage bags and stuff like that in there. Here we have my packing station, and I wish this was just a little bit wider. But if it was, then it would interrupt this area here. So I put this down to just give me a little more space. And under here is a garbage can. And then this rack here I picked up from Amazon, and it holds all my cleaning supplies. Here's my radio. I have to have music when I'm working. That is what I do. I listen to music. And then down there is just some odds and ends and extra stuff. Up here is where I keep my bubble wrap. On here is extra garbage bags, storage bags for clothing, stain remover wipes. I got these from Dollar Tree and they work amazing. Here, I just wanted a place to hang this stuff, so I took a hanger. And this is my saran wrap stuff, my thank you stickers, and my masking tape. And then I have two scales. This one was from Amazon. I think it's the typical scale that everybody uses. This one, I can't remember where I picked it up. I think it was a garage sale. But it's for my bigger packages, and it works great. I've had that for actually since I started being a reseller about 7-8 years ago. And then here's my masking tape holder and my Dymo, which I have a love-hate relationship with this thing. Sometimes it'll act up and it'll pop out 20 to 30 labels, and it wastes my labels. So I'm in the process of looking for something else, but I've had this since I started reselling, so it's probably time for a new one, but I'm gonna make this one last as long as I can. And then we put up a pegboard because I wanted more space to be able to hang stuff, and this is where I put all my packing tape and all that, my box resizer. This here is some jewelry I have listed for sale. And then I keep my scissors here. I have my fan here. This is my desk area. And I have a big monitor here with my laptop. This here is my chair that I picked up from Temu. I absolutely love this chair. It is so comfortable. Then I have an extra cushion on there. And then this is just odds and ends stuff. This here is the book I use. If you guys seen my video of how I was going to organize my business for the month starting at the beginning of August, I use this book and I've done really, really well with it as far as keeping everything organized. So those are boxes that I need to pick up, or supplies for the month. And then here is just extra notebooks, twist tie bags, These are the ones I use for clothing. They work perfectly. And these come from Walmart. So I stock up on those. This is my monthly planner that I showed you guys that I have been using and is working great for me so far. And then in these folders are my sales trackers for Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. I keep track of my sales on paper and on my computer. I have a window there, and it's getting a little cloudy, but that is my view out there. This here is where I take my photos. I have a hook up there to hang my clothing. Sometimes I'll take these 2 pictures down. I'm in the process of listing some trains. And this here I picked up this summer, and I was going to sell it, but it was really heavy. So I decided to keep it, and it's come in really handy for me. Up under here, that's in that bag is packing supplies and then extra boxes. And then I have some boxes in that tote there. There's my mannequin. This is where I keep my clothing that needs to be listed. And then this back here, I put up in order to do lives because I was just moving this out of the way. And then I was doing lives here, and I was putting this table over here to use. But I only did 2 lives, and I decided I didn't like them. So I kept that up, but I might try them again. I don't know. And then here is my fireplace. This come from Amazon, and it was just this piece here. And my husband built out the surround for it. We picked this up from, I think we got this from Lowe's. And this works really good as long as it doesn't get under 32 degrees. Last year we hit 0 for probably a month or so. And it was below 0 with winds. And I come in here to check on everything, and this had shut off because I had it running for so long. And these are just stickers that I stick on here just to make it look like brick. And I picked these up from Amazon, and they're just on painted surface right there. But they're starting to pop off. But a bunch of them had popped off during the cold weather. So I'm just leaving it like that. I don't mind it. I just glue them back on when they pop off. But we're trying to come up with a different idea for winter. This works fine. Like I said, as long as 32 or above, it keeps it decent in here. I mean, enough to where I can come out here and work. But when it was that cold last year, I could not get out here. It was just too cold. So they sell heaters that attach to the ceiling, and I think we're thinking about getting one of those. We're looking into getting one of those. And then this picture I have for sale, but I haven't been pushing it because I really like it. I think it's really, really pretty. She's for sale. I just have her here for Halloween. I usually decorate this out for the holidays. I just haven't got around to getting my fall stuff out. She's the only one that I stuck up there. And then these are all for sale except for this little guy. He's broken, so I decided to keep him. But the rest of those are for sale. And then that's my winter picture. And then I have my plus size mannequin. I went ahead and dressed her up for you guys so she wasn't flashing anybody. Over the summer, I picked up this shelf. I thought it was so cute. I only paid $2 for it. So I went ahead and put these on top of it. Those are all for sale. Everything here on this bookcase is for sale except for this pillow. This was my best friends. We went to New Jersey in 2020 to Bon Jovi's restaurant, and we stayed on Jersey Shores. We stayed at the Jersey Shores, and that was the one and only trip we were able to go on, and then she passed away about a year later from breast cancer. So I keep that in here as a reminder to her. And then, like I said, all this stuff is for sale. Turning you slowly around here so you don't get sick. This here is my newest shelf that I picked up from Menards, and this holds all of my unlisted items. So, most of them. I do have some empty spaces, which makes me nervous. I like to keep this full as a backup, but I have a buy coming in on Friday, so that should fill that up a little bit. And then our yard sale season is almost over, which makes me very sad. So I'm going to have to try to hit as many yard sales as I can while they're still around. And then over here is another set of shelves. They're just metal shelves. Down there is come from an estate sale. They're just all ornaments in that purse. So those have to be listed. This has all been listed already. Sometimes I pre-pack my items, especially if they're big, like this 2 of 2 boxes. That's a lamp and a shade. So I wanted to pack that before it sells, because I just want to make sure that I have the right boxes and make sure it's packed right. That way I'm not in a rush to get it packed. Down here, under here is records. I do have some records left, and those are the record mailers. This box is empty, and then I keep my Fiesta Wear glasses, some in there, and the rest are in here. I do wrap them to make sure that they don't get broken. These shelves I'm not on very often, so that's why I wanted to put those over here. And then this foldable wagon I picked up from Temu. I absolutely love it. I use it for when we go garage sailing and come back home, need to bring stuff from the car to here. I've used it for packages going out to the mailbox. I use this thing for everything. Best purchase ever. And then in here I have repair manuals. Selling those really quick. And then on this side I have things hanging. But my husband made this set of shelves for me and that set of shelves. All this is hard goods. This is all hard goods. So I have my bigger items down on the bottom. And then these boxes, all the ones that are wrapped in this, were over there. And then I changed out to the clear bins, and so much better. That way they're easier to see. I can get in there and grab, especially being at a height. And those are heavy. So I can just look in there, find my product, and grab it right out. So I will be getting more clear bins to change the rest of these boxes out. But I used those over here. So, and then some stuff I don't put in a box. Either it's already boxed and I just have it sitting here, or I just throw it on a shelf. You know, it's fine. And then, like this guy, he's really big, so I didn't want to pre-box him. I've had him forever, and if I would have pre-boxed him, he would have took up way too much space all this time. And then we have this shelf down here. Some of the boxed stuff also came from the Amazon bins, so I just, like this This is a storage bag organizer, and I just write on the outside what it is. That way, when I sell it, I could just take that off. I just listed a fish finder today, so I went ahead and pre-boxed that because that would have taken up too much space in one of my boxes, and I wanted to get it pre-boxed. So, and then we have all this stuff down here. A lot of this stuff is Christmas. We have a tree skirt in there, the snow, ornaments in there. Over on this side, I have a typewriter that's been pre-boxed. And then in here is just vintage wrapping paper. And then down there in that tote is crafts. Then on this side is predominantly clothing, but I am not picking up clothing as much as I used to. So I'm trying to, like I said, condense, and these containers hold a lot. So once I get more of these containers, I will be able to condense these more and be able to make more room for hard goods, because that seems to be what I'm focused on more. I have a hard time finding really good clothing in my area, and I'm just trying to sell through what I have. I do pick up a couple of pieces of clothing like you've seen on the rack, but they have to be super special in order for me to pick them up these days. Over here I have another rack, just a small wooden rack that holds just a little bit of everything. I don't have a certain way to organize. I just list something, walk around, find a place for it. I mean, if I tried to put all my mugs on one, it would drive me insane. So that wouldn't work for me. So, but as you've seen, my other stuff, my other glasses over there, those are organized and all together. And then I have just things hanging. This is my personal thing. And then I have Vera Bradley, and then I have some stuff back there. That all this stuff has been listed. This box is actually for when I do sell the picture that's hanging up. I do have a box for it. And then this was for sale, but I took it down because we have one in our bedroom and I need the filter out of it. So I need to get the filter out of that and change that out. And then this thing, I don't know. I'll just stick it in the garage for time being. Probably for the next 10 years. And then on this rack, I just have a variety of items. Many of the things on this rack I have had for way too long. So a lot of it, and the same goes with this rack. A lot of it I have been putting on clearance, trying to get rid of it. But I am slowly donating things. That's what those boxes are down there. I'm slowly donating things, and when I get tired of looking at it, then it just goes to donation. I had a ton of these, and I don't have many of these left. And then I have drawers here that hold like scarves and hats and just whatever I decide to throw in here, you know, smaller items. I have a belt, nails, you know, stuff like that. And the same goes with that one. And then I do have a little one here. I have the air conditioner and the fan going right here. This is just odds and ends stuff. But my husband bought me this air conditioner off of Amazon at the beginning of spring, and it works beautifully. So I just use this fan to push the air up that way. and it works fine. And then, like I said, these are donation. These are my shoes. I have way more boots in a tote back there, but these are shoes, and more shoes. I do not pick up shoes much anymore, unless they're super special, because they just take up too much space. Here we have another shelf that holds more items. And some of this stuff I've had on this shelf for a long time. But I've changed the way I'm purchasing stuff. I'm more picky now. So, before it was just I needed inventory. So I was picking up whatever I thought would sell. And as time has gone on and I've grown as a reseller, I've learned how to source better and things like that. So I'm more picky now. So some of this stuff I've had forever, and sometimes it'll sell, which is great. As long as it's not in my way, I guess it'll just live here until it sells or until I get tired of it. These I bought from, where did I get these? From Michael's last year. And they're just like decorating. You can make wreaths with them. You can just whatever you want. That's what those look like. So I have some of those. I have it in red. I have it in white. I have it in gold. So I have different ones. And then I also have the bigger DIY try that again. DIY wreath kits. So I'm hoping that those sell this year. This guy I've had forever. I don't even know how long I've had him, because this is really cute. And it says naughty, but then you lift that up and it'll say nice. So, and then this is new. This is a Halloween item. Here is where I keep my boxes that I grab for a lot. And I wish this shelf was bigger, but I make it work. Down there, I have more packing supplies. Here I have just extra tape. And then the newest piece I got in was this bookcase. I had done a video on going out finding free stuff, and then we ran into an Amazon seller's yard sale, and so we ended up getting this free. Now it's supposed to have glass in there, which it doesn't, but it was free, so I'm not complaining. And it's working out perfectly for me. These I have listed already. This is a personal lamp that I need to take in. Those I have to list, but those last two shelves down there have already been listed. I have this to list. I have those to take in the house to clean. They need a bath. Those are tools that are very heavy that my husband picked up that I have not listed yet because they're extremely heavy. I just keep putting those off. I told him, I said, I might have to have you come out and list those for me because they're heavy. And then up here, the reason I wanted a barn is for the loft area. And this is where I keep my extra boxes. I have big boxes up there, more smaller boxes. There's one problem. My ladder is not big enough, my step ladder, so it only gets me to the edge. And we have all that wasted space. So I'm only taking up about this much space, but we have all that space back there, right? So I need to get a bigger ladder so I can utilize that space more. But this is the reason I wanted the barn style and not a shed. I know I call it a shed all the time in my videos, but it's actually a barn. And but that's why. And then we do have some Christmas items up there that I'm going to use this year to decorate with. I know I have some more fall. I see some leaves right there. And I should have some fall stuff back there, but it's just getting up there to get it. So I'll probably have to have my husband do that. Now, what I would change in this barn, as far as the construction of it, they did an awesome job. It is an Amish barn. It was built by the Amish, and I have no issues with the way they built it, because we've had some really strong winds this year. I mean, straight line winds, and it's held up with no issues. The problem that I have is what we had done, and it's the insulation. And this is just the foil insulation. It's foiled on the other side. We did this throughout the whole entire top of the barn. And we are looking into putting a regular insulation up there. The reason we did the foil is because it was cheaper, and I was on a budget. I had already spent a ton for the flooring, the insulation in the walls, the stuff, the paint, the electrical. It was too much. And we had to cut something. The fireplace I bought, we had to cut something, and that's what we did. We got this insulation. Now, for the summer, it's worked out great. We had 110 degree weather yesterday, and it was nice in here. For the winter, not so much, because, you know, it's not very often that we get a cold winter like we did last year. And I think that was probably just a fluke. I'm really hoping that's the case. But just in case it does get that cold this year, I am in Indiana, so you never know. We are going to get regular insulation and put that up there before the cold weather hits. And hopefully we can find a heater that's going to work. I know I'm going to get comments, well, you should get the mini split. We had considered that, but they're just way too expensive, and that is just not in the budget. And I already have this air conditioner over here that he bought me that works just fine in here. And I just need good heat. And I knew that was going to be a problem when we ordered the barn, that the heat was going to give us an issue. But I think that we decided on the hanging heater. And I really think that's going to help, especially when we put the thicker insulation in here as well. We did buy some thick insulation to use. That's what we used in the walls. But it was getting really expensive, guys. And we just did what we could. And we wanted to get me in here as quick as we could. And that's the way we did it. So, let me go ahead and I'll take you outside so you can see the outside. All right, this is the outside of it. Don't mind the box. My husband brought home some pillows, air pillows yesterday from work, and a whole box of them, and I just haven't got that to the burn pile yet. But this is the outside of the barn. These are the colors I chose. I was able to choose the colors of the barn, the color of the roof, the kind of roof I wanted. It was either between the shingles or like a tin roof type thing. But I knew I didn't want 10 because these are acorn trees, and my acorns would be hitting my roof all the time, and I didn't want to hear that. So I went ahead and went with shingles. Now they do, the one thing with the Amish is they do guarantee their work, And if something comes, like a shingle comes off or something, all I have to do is contact them and they'll actually come and fix it for no charge. So that's pretty nice. They gave me extra paint in case I needed to do touch-ups. But I chose my windows, how many windows I wanted, what kind of door I wanted, the kind of siding I wanted, the kind of roof I wanted. This is just what we have. We picked this up, got this for $2 at a yard sale. And my husband brought home these things from work, and they work perfectly. So I will be putting some fall decorations out here. And then show you the top. At the very top, when I picked this out, I wanted a top vent. I don't know. Let's see if I can get my finger up there. There's a top vent going right along the top of it. So that vents out the shed. That's the only one I wanted. They originally come with these vents here, which is on each side, and I didn't want those, but I don't know how I ended up with them. And we're thinking that even though we covered those vents, we're thinking that the cold weather or the cold wind in the winter is coming through there. So it is what it is. And I don't think they charged us for them. I think they were included in that. So that's the only thing that was a mistake. But I think that was miscommunication between us and the lady that we ordered it from. But otherwise, I think they did a really nice job. I don't see, like I said, we've had some really strong winds. And I haven't really examined the shingles or anything, but it doesn't look like there has been any damage or any blow off of the shingles. I just have some limbs on top of there. But that is what the barn looks like. So that's the outside of it. And I was so excited when it came. It felt like forever before it got here. But there's my window. So yeah, I'm happy with it. My hummingbird feeder must have blew down. Had this on the window. So, all right, we'll go back in and wrap this video up. Oh, this is my extender that we put on for the internet, and then this is this light turns on at night. So I need to get security cameras because my neighbors next door are a little shady, and so that's the next thing we are going to get is security cameras too. Fortunately, they have not messed with anything, but there's always people moving in and out of there. So anyways, so that's the tour of my barn. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure that you give me a like, share, thumbs up, and subscribe. This is what I work in, and I absolutely love it. All right, guys, until next time, bye.